Okay, so the minute I'm in the door, I see this huge light. What? This has got to be, I'm going to guess, over 3 feet tall. I have never seen such a big chandelier. Look at this. Now it is brass, shiny, probably 90s. $20. It's very tempting. But do I want to ship this? No. So it'd be local pickup, and how many people's houses can fit a lamp this big? I hope I'm getting the scale of this. It's bigger than my cart. Crazy. All right, let's get on with the video. Hey everyone, welcome into my channel. It's Karen Lavender Clothesline. Can you tell? Yesterday I shopped at Pottery Barn for a few personal items, and I was there longer than I thought. So after that I figured, oh, I'm just gonna go home. I'm not gonna thrift. I'm gonna give myself a break. And as I was pulling out of Tanger Outlets, this is Lancaster, Pennsylvania, I know that Goodwill is right across the street. It's the Goodwill I go to all the time. And how can you pass up an opportunity to thrift just for a little while? I said, I'm not gonna film, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna go over and grab a cart and mosey around the aisles and see what's up. It was about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I get in the door, say hi to all the regulars that are there, the regular employees and a few shoppers. And then out of the corner of my eye, okay, it was a big corner of my eye, I spotted this thing. What? How big is this? So big. It's like, this has got to be 3.5 feet tall. So I had a little talk with myself very quick, always talking to myself saying, okay, walk away, walk away. And I did walk away for a little bit. I managed to get away from it, but then it was calling my name. It was like this big light and I were having this imaginary conversation. It was like, I'm quality, brass is in right now. Look how big this is. And I said to myself, okay, I'm just gonna see what this thing costs because Goodwill is just raising their prices crazy. And you know, lately I've been picking up pottery for $20. So when I saw this, I thought to myself, okay, what do I imagine this is gonna cost? And I'm thinking probably close to the $100 mark. Are you guys ready for this? $19.99. Oh, I was in trouble. And then I realized it was Monday, Senior Citizen Day, an extra 15%. So I said to myself, all right, just look at it because maybe there's something wrong with it. Maybe one of the beveled glass panels are broken, but you guys know the deal. I lost the conversation and home this came with me. This thing is massively heavy. Thank goodness Roger was in the area. He was stopping in and yeah, he helped me get it into the car. Truth be told, my car was so crowded, he had to follow me home and put it in his car. So thank you, sweetie. Once again, you always come to my rescue. All my craziness. All right, so why did I pick this up? Like I said, it's brass, and it's the good brass. It is so solid and heavy. I'm gonna try to lift this just so you guys can get an idea of how heavy this is. I should weigh it. That would be amazing. All right, I'm gonna try to lift it. Ready? Keep your eye on the lamp, on the light. My word, this thing has got to be close to 40 pounds maybe. It is stunningly beautiful. I absolutely love it. I didn't run comps on it. I was just a crazy girl by the time I was putting it in the car. And yeah, so the reason I love it because people that need a chandelier this big are usually putting this in their foyer. So when you come into a house where the foyer has very great ceilings, probably 14, 18, 20-foot ceilings, those people need a big light, and boy is this big. When you go to buy something like this retail in a store, this is going to be close to $1,000, and I knew that, especially a high quality one. This could also have been from maybe a hotel, like a banquet room, something like that. And when I felt the brass, I thought, wow, this is from a good company. Now, truthfully, I have not even searched for the maker's name if there's going to be one. There might not be, but I think it's Harbor, H-A-R-B-O-U-R. And I'm just in love with this thing. I'm not going to ship it, of course, because that would be really bizarre. But I think I'm going to be able to get it into the car when it sells for local pickup. Why not, right? So that is item number 1 in our haul today. A lantern, vintage, all brass chandelier that is overly heavy, overly big, and I just fell in love with it. I will include screenshots of the comps for solds, items just like this that sold, and you'll see why I put this kind of work into it. $17, I'm thinking conservative, maybe $600 to $800, unless I get really sick of looking at it and I have it for a very long time, then I'm always willing to lower the price. But yeah, item number one, I couldn't be more thrilled. And yes, I picked up something very big and very heavy and very breakable. So I stopped the camera. I did manage to get it off the table. Whatever that thing weighs, that is my weight carrying limitation. I could barely get that to the floor. So like I said, I don't know how I'm delivering that. I always worry about that stuff later. I'll figure it out. Maybe this one time I will have a buyer come to the house, but I'll make sure somebody is here with me. All right, let's go through what's on the table. As you can tell, it's a hard goods haul kind of day. I thought to myself, wow, I haven't done a haul, a proper haul in a long time. And I wanted to show you guys what kinds of things I'm buying. Now, when I started this channel about 3 years ago, items in my area were less expensive. I was picking up so much. I still pick up a lot, but I've really shifted to more clothing, but I'm still picking up hard goods. So most of this stuff you have not seen. A few pieces you have seen, and some of you have messaged me saying, hey, I'm interested in the such and such. Can you include it in the next haul video? I always try to do that if the inventory is not fully processed. So everything on the table is not listed in my eBay store, but I will get to it probably by next week. What is today? Today is Tuesday. You guys are seeing this video on Wednesday. I imagine I should have this on by next Monday, hopefully. So if you see something you want, it's in my eBay store at Lavenderclothesline. All right, let's get started with what's on the table. So recently I went antiquing and found my very first, I think it was my first Breyer doll. You know what? I probably picked up Breyer dolls, so it's been a while. And when I was in the thrift store, I found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Breyer dolls. What? Now I did pay $24 for 2. So these cost me $12.50, but I did have the 15% discount. So let's just say $10 for easy math, somewhere right around there. The first one is Bob Cratchit, I think. Buyer's Choice, the candle's hair. Let's see who this is. Bob Cratchit and Tiny Tim. Look how adorable. So if you don't know Breyer dolls, they are very highly collected. You know what? I'm going to come around the table so I can show you the tag closer, because I don't know if I'm close enough on the camera today. Let's see if that will zoom in. And this one's called A Christmas Carol. Hopefully the lighting is okay. The sun keeps going in and out. Most times, I think these are bringing probably about the $30 mark. There are a lot of Breyer dolls, and you have to comp each one, unless you're a collector and you can just remember which doll is bringing what kind of price. So most times, if the doll has the tag, it'll tell you which doll it is. On the bottom is just the Breyer's Choice. This is in the Carolers series, and look how sweet she is. Holding a little nutcracker doll. I love these dolls. They are beautiful. That is number 2. Number 3 is a Santa that has a few issues, and I knew that. He's got some damage on his boot, a little bit of damage on the back, and a little bit on the tip of his toe, and I think he has lost a teddy bear. When I got home, this little wooden teddy bear, looks not to be damaged, was loose, and I think the teddy bear sits in his little basket. But you know, the basket is gingerbread, so maybe the teddy bear doesn't belong to him. I'm not quite sure, but I will probably, if I can't find it belonging to any of the other dolls, I'll include it with the Santa. So that is the Santa. I love these dolls because the expression on the face is fantastic. I believe the faces are all hand painted, and I think the beards and the hair are either goat's hair, like a mohair. It feels like real hair to me. But look at that face. Is he not beautiful? Here is his little gingerbread house. He's got his velvet one-piece jumpsuit. Is it a one-piece? Seems to be one piece. And there is his boot. He's got a little paint loss, and then when you turn him around, but it won't show, a little bit of a crack in his boot. Otherwise, he is great and I love him. The next Breyer's doll is a true caroler. I love the clothing. It all has like a felt look to it. I wonder if it's real felt. Seems to be real felt. I'm not saying it's wool, but very sweet with a stocking cap. And again, I'll show you the face. Here is a little one, again, a caroler. So the bottom just has visit our Christmas museum in Chalfont, Pennsylvania. I don't know if I'm saying that right. The buyer's choice. Yeah. Oh, it says traditional. Let me bring that in the light so I can see if that's what that says. It's hard to read this. Traditional child. So that is what this one looks like. Let me see if he has a name. He is called, okay, so that one is there. I don't think, oh, traditional adult. So I guess they go together. Did I have a singing woman one? Just the girl. So I imagine the girl one is probably the traditional. So I'm probably missing the traditional woman, but I think I might have her in inventory. I'm going to have to check. That would be great if I had a grouping of them, but I'm going to sell all of these individual. So figure I paid probably around the $10 mark, and I'm thinking probably 25 to 30, but I have to check comps to see if I have any special ones or any more common ones. Sometimes when I pick things up, a lot of times when I pick things up, I don't know the exact price of what I'm going to sell it for. But in my mind as a reseller, I always want to multiply what my buy-in price is. That way you make sure you're not going to lose money. Now my buyer always pays shipping. I don't do free shipping, but there are a lot of fees associated with selling on eBay. And no matter where you sell, almost no matter where, you're going to have some kind of fee. Whether you're a flea market vendor or you're selling from Posh, wherever you're selling. The only way to sell free that I know of is local pickup through like an OfferUp or a Facebook marketplace. Those are still two of the free platforms. Every other platform I know is going to charge you something. Right now, all together, eBay's fees are about 15%. Now, of course, if you have a store subscription, that's a little bit more. You know, there's always ways of increasing that fee, promoting things. But so that's what I keep in mind when I'm shopping. Can I multiply? I like to multiply by 5 times. Lately, because the prices are higher, I'm not able to do that. But I don't think I've ever lost money on any of my items. I'm always very careful to not overpay, not to get carried away with the thrifting, which is hard not to do, even for me. Even after 10 years, I have to stand there and have a talk with myself. So, but I love these Breyer dolls. I think they're great. Leave a comment down below if you collect them and if you're hunting for any special ones that bring a really good price. The last Breyer's doll that we have seems to be a baking granny. She has baked a gingerbread house and has a little Christmas tree. And it seems like her basket is upside down. That is very interesting. I'm going to bring that closer so you can see. Her glasses are a little bit bent, but look at the face. Do we love a good face? Yes, we do. I love a good face with expression. See, so the hollow of her basket is underneath. I'm wondering if somebody made this backwards or if it's just to lift the house higher. But that is this Breyer doll and the carolers again. And what does that say? It doesn't name her. So maybe the ones in the carolers series are just basics, I'm going to call them. A little bit of chipping on the base, but really great find. And I'm super grateful to have found them. Okay, so I think that finishes the few Christmas items. I pick up Christmas all year long. I pick up every holiday all year long. I also buy bathing suits in January and February and snow pants in July. Doesn't matter to me. I'm buying in at a good price and I'm just going to list the items. All right, next up is Prince Charming in frog form. This guy is resin. You'd put him, yeah, I think you could put him outside or inside. And he looks quite gruesome, but I really love him. So I'm going to bring him closer to the camera for you. So he is Prince Charming in frog form. $3.99 minus the 15% is what I paid for him, and I really liked him. I like that his eyes are so realistic. Ooh, they almost sound like glass, but I'm sure if he's resin, it's probably a plastic. I have been trying to discipline myself to pick up glass every time I go to the thrift store, and this was all the energy I had for glass. This little vase, it is like a red, and it's got some cut marks on it, you know, on purpose. It's not marked. I think it has a number on the bottom. Maybe a letter P, not quite sure. I paid $1.99 for it. That is what it looks like. And I really didn't want to pick up a lot of glass last night. I had had a very long day and I was just thrifting to relax. Meanwhile, I was carrying a lamp around that was 50 pounds, but we'll see. We'll see if I can identify it. A little bottle like this for $1.99 is always a good thing. Okay, the next item up Roger found for me a couple days ago. These are, I believe they are Crate & Barrel nesting bowls. They're like a melamine or melamine, I think it's pronounced. Nesting bowls like this. Now at one time I thought I had heard that melamine had some health issues to it, but when I look online they're still being actively sold, so I'm not quite sure what that's about. But this is 4 nesting bowls. I always do well with kitchen bowls that nest. I think people really like them because they're kind of a cool aesthetic when you have different colors, but they're also very space saving. So an aqua blue, an orange, a red, and a yellow. Very pretty. And just this still have the label on it. I think Roger paid about $5 for it, and I tried running comps. I could not find this set, which is crazy. My mind says, well, why can't I find it online? This is Crate & Barrel. This should be, you know, so plentiful. But there's no identifying like model number. It just says Crate & Barrel made in China. So if I don't find a comp, in that case, I use my judgment. I'll look at other brands that are similar, like a Williams-Sonoma or something like that. A Pier 1 is a little bit less great than Crate & Barrel in my opinion, but at least it'll give you a starting point of where to price your comp. All right, this hat is so sweet. I found this in the Reuse It store that I visited recently. Now, I've been in Reuse It stores before. I think this location is fairly new. This is the one in Ephrata, Pennsylvania, and this mink hat is just gorgeous. I call it a pillbox. I mentioned that in the video. I'm going to take it off my mannequin head and show you the inside close up. A few of you have asked. I did pay $8.50, which is a little bit higher than a Goodwill price. Goodwill prices for hats are generally $5 and under, but the extra $3.50 is fine when it's genuine fur. This is what the label looks like. Look at that beautiful label. When you find a quality item, even the quality of the label is nice. It's a very good satin. I know that sounds like ridiculous, but it's so true. The inside of the hat is all satin. It is banded, and it's got this beautiful, rich, like burgundy brown color. It's amazing to me that in our day and age, a lot of us will just throw on sweatpants and a sweatshirt to run to Target. And women back, you know, in the day, say the 50s, even the 60s, were still putting on full makeup, gloves, I mean, maybe not gloves in the 60s, to go to the store. I mean, they were dressed to the nines, and I love a good vintage piece. So I think this hat is going to do well. This is one of the pieces that I scooped up last night. It is a gold wired bowl. It looks like the term I would use for this is spaghetti wire. It is just beautiful. It looks to be brass, and it has colored beads interwoven with the spaghetti mesh. What did I pay for this? $2.99. Definitely vintage. I've seen this spaghetti mesh or this spaghetti pattern on quite a few things. I've seen it in print on fabrics, lampshades, sometimes even figurine animals have this spaghetti look to it, and I think it might be 60s. I'm not sure about that. It could be a little bit older, but like I said, $3, absolutely love it. I don't know what this is going to bring. I have no idea. I just knew to put it in my cart. Here is an item that I picked up again at the Reuse It store. I got this out of one of the glass cases, $8.99. And this is Venetian glass, handmade Venetian something company, made in Italy. Beautiful. I think this is considered amberina. Amberina is where the orange and the red and the yellow kind of blend in together, almost like an ombre pattern. Beautiful, heavy glass. And I don't know this company, looks like J.I. Company, and it has a gondola on it, on a gold foil label. And I think this will do quite well, probably off the top of my head, 40 or 50. I haven't even checked it yet. So I said yes to this. Next up is this gorgeous wall candle sconce. This thing is beautiful. I found one of them and I was like, oh, let me find the second one because these do so much better in pairs. This has quite a bit of weight, not older because it has a sticker that gives you all the normal warnings about, you know, not setting your house on fire and stuff like that. $10, and I got 15% off. And luckily I hunted every shelf, and on a bottom shelf I found its pair. I paid $10 a piece, so $20 minus 15% is what? $3 off, $17 for the two. So I was happy with that. They are weighty. The thing I really liked about these is that it does have weight. If they were very lightweight and kind of like tin feeling, I don't know that I would have picked them up. But when you see this twisted wrought iron, that's everything with the swirl. I could picture these in like a medieval castle, Spanish Mediterranean, it would be beautiful, just gorgeous. And I think a big bowl candle would be phenomenal, or a regular pillar candle. So just fantastic. Again, very heavy, so the shipping is going to be fun. Here is a piece that I have never seen before. So it seems to be brass and copper. The bottom seems to be copper. It is taped together by Goodwill. $7 I paid, and I think this is to keep food warm. So if I untaped it, this top piece would come off, and you would either put little warming candles or sterno cups in there and then set your food on top of this. That's what I'm imagining. I don't know what else this would be used for. $7, I did not run comps. I thought this was so curious. These could be very dime a dozen. I have no idea. Once in a while, I just put things in the cart and I just trust my judgment. Most times, if you do that and you have a good eye, you're gonna almost always make your money and profit. You're not gonna lose money. Unless you really start throwing things in the cart like willy-nilly, or you don't have a lot of experience thrifting and you don't have a good eye. If you have a good eye and you look at the quality of items, almost always you do okay, unless the market is saturated. If I go onto eBay and put in like brass and copper, I guess I would call it a warming tray, or what else could I call this? Maybe a sterno tray. Then if there are a lot of them, that will lower the price, because the more something floods the market, the lower the price is going to be. It's always, you know, demand, right? Demand drives the price of something. If people want something and the supply is short, you know, supply and demand is always your best business model to check how many are listed. Did I do any of that? No. But I thought this was pretty cool. And I think the bottom is solid copper. Could that be? That looks to be solid copper. And the brass seems to be solid brass. Here are two candle sconces meant for wall hanging. They do have a pie crust crimped top. Virginia Metal Crafters is a brand you want to watch for. I have picked up their brass items and have done really well with them. I don't find a lot of the pewter items, but I figured for the $3.99 for two, this would be a safe bet. They are definitely vintage. They have the Virginia Metal Crafters labeling on the back, so very easy to identify. And yeah, just really farmhouse primitive, all the words that we still love to use in keywords. I thought these were great, and I like this pie crust design. So I'm guessing probably 30 to 35 for the two. And I paid $3.99. And they don't break when you ship them. Isn't that a great thing? Here is the expanding wood bookshelf that you guys wanted to see closer up. I will bring it closer to the camera. I love finding these. So this expands closer together for a smaller amount and then bigger. And most of these are beautifully carved. I paid $10 because this was half price. I'll bring it around so you can see the pattern of the carved wood. This is all hand carved. The more extensive, the better. I once had one where the ends were mermaids. They were just beautiful. And I think I got close to $100 for that one. I had never seen mermaids carved in the ends. So this one is a floral, beautiful condition. I'm not sure about the wood. I don't know. My guess would be probably teak. Beautiful grain. Just gorgeous. These are all handmade. $10. You can't beat that. I'd like to have other uses for this. Because I do come across these, I would love to know of another use besides being a bookshelf or a book holder, of what else these can be used for. So if you guys have seen these used for anything else, would you leave a comment down below? I'm not sure what else we would use them for, but I think these are beautiful and I'd love to see, multiple uses for them. All right, the last item I picked up, this one's kind of plain, or these are kind of plain. I got two of them. Are little corner curio shelves. When you find these, and they're very multi-shelf tiered, multi-tiered, and they have a lot of work to them, definitely run a comp. These things are hot and they sell very well for me. Now mine, this pair is a little bit plainer. I still think I'm fine. One on top of the other. Very fun to decorate with these. I'm not sure if people are still putting their little collections on them, probably. All right, so I paid $3.99 each, and I think they were taped together, so, but I picked them up anyway. I do like these, but again, I look for the ones that have 3 or 4 shelves, and most times the bottom is wider and they get smaller as they go up. If you find those, definitely run a comp. I've seen them go for over $200. The older, the better. So the real old ones that are multi-tiered and very carved, so highly desired. But mine are a little bit plainer, but I still think they'll do okay. Okay, so that is all of my items that I wanted to talk about. Next, we're going to go down in the basement and pull shipping. This is just going to be some of the random solds that, sometimes I like to turn the camera on and show you guys what I'm shipping out. You can also follow my Instagram, Lavender Clothesline, to see what kind of craziness I'm selling, what kind of prices my items are bringing, and just general craziness of what's going on here at Lavender Clothesline. All right, hit that like and subscribe button. And as always, go out and get what's yours. Okay, so here we are in my basement once again. I'm going to pull a few of the solds, and what else do I have to do? I've been organizing a little bit because my inventory is running low in certain areas. So as you can see, certain spots are opening up and I want to fill them again. Glass has been selling. Very interesting. I don't know if it's you guys buying it, but this is what this is looking like. I also got this floor wash. Now this part of the floor has been painted, and over here this morning, I've pulled my racks and I've been washing the floor that is up against the wall. I'm going to paint this. As you can see, the floor takes a little bit of a beating, but I love these racks. These racks are everything. I always talk about them. They are a little more costly than the regular racks in Home Depot or Costco because they are 60 inches wide, 72 high. These are from Seville Classics. I always sound like a commercial for Seville Classics. I don't get any kickback from them. I wish I did. But I absolutely love them, and I especially love that they're on wheels. When I need to clean or paint the floor, I just slide it all out. Those two will get slid more, and I wash the floor and paint it, let it dry, slide the racks back, do the other side. It's not too bad. So that's what I've been up to this morning. But right now we're going to pull a few of the hard goods. We're going to see what's selling. And hit that like and subscribe button, if nothing else, for my effort. All right, the first item up is an IKEA duvet insert. So I picked this up recently at Goodwill, and I'm not going to say what I paid because I've already talked about it when I found it. $74.50 is what the buyer paid, and I didn't package that long ago. This might even be it here if I get lucky. Yes, I didn't even get it into a bin yet. All right, we're going to pull this. So this is all cleaned and tissue paper wrapped and into this big poly. It can go out this way. I'm going to take a look at this when I ship it. Now I peel this tag off when it goes out, and I either ship it just like this or I put it into a box. This one will probably go right like that. So $74, and the buyer paid ship it. The next item up is the Lenox Village Fine Porcelain Candy Shop, $61. And I think I only have 2 of them left. I started out with 6 or 8 of them. This might be it here. Let's see if we can turn around and see what's written on it. Candy shop. $61. Where did I get these? I'm not even sure. Probably Goodwill. You know what? I think Roger scooped these up for me. So this is what it looks like. Really nice condition. Doesn't look like anybody stored candy in it. This is the bottom. Now, I don't buy a lot of Lenox, but this one I definitely would have purchased myself. But like I said, I think Roger picked this up, and then I just give him the money for it. We shop for each other when we're not together all the time, and more we are learning what the other picks up. So that really works out good. It's doubling our manpower. $61, that one's going out. The next item on a list is a jersey, but since my racks are pulled out, I'm going to wait till I put those back. We'll go on to the next item. It's just a little John Deere coin bank, $14. I have had this one forever. Yep, things don't sell right away all the time. Sometimes I can have items for more than a year, and it never bothers me. Everything eventually sells. Can I just say that enough times? I have never had something that wouldn't sell, but it does take time. All right, I'm guessing it's going to be in toy trucks and car models. Let's pull this bin down. Okay, so this is it here. Again, you can see my bin is emptying out, so it is time to focus on different little toy car models, RC cars, things like that. John Deere truck bank. Here it is here. Now, it's got its original sticker of $8.95, but this is vintage, I do believe. I don't know if there's a year on these boxes. I'm going to take a quick look. I don't know much about this, but when I see something like this and it's John Deere, you know, why wouldn't I pick this up for a few dollars? Like I said, it's sold for $14, so not a high dollar sale, but I am thrilled that this is so easy to ship. Gotta love that. All right, so that is that item. Next up, we are going to pull 2 wood items that I just listed. $42.99 together they sold for. The cat fingerprint drawing, which is right here. I saw this and fell in love with it. And I didn't really realize right away that the cat, his fur is the artist's fingerprints. So how sweet is that? So that is item number 1. And the same buyer also bought the wooden cat. I call these shelf sitters. Now, their legs don't dangle over a shelf, but this is so cute. I love this. It's a little cat with wire whiskers, and he is holding a birdhouse, kind of like trying to tempt birds, and there is the bird. Uh-oh. So those 2 items, $42.99. All right. The last item that is not clothing that I will pull together is a handmade wood bowl that was made in Belize. And this thing is beautiful. It's a small bowl. I believe this is it right here. So I'm going to pull. This is a gourd. Not that this has anything to do with anything. It did not sell, but I love that. So beautiful. And we have 2 statue type things here. I will put those there. And this bowl sold. So as you can see, the pattern is just beautiful. This is natural. I love this. And on the back, it says Belize Granadillo. And again, I probably found this in a thrift store. I don't think I got that at a yard sale. And this sold for $14. The next item that I want to talk about is an item that still has a couple of days. It is a chess set I found in one of my recent videos. I don't know much about the game chess. I doubt I could even still remember how to play. This is Druekes, D-R-U-E-K-E-S. So I put this on auction when I have an item I don't know a lot about, but I think it does have value. And you know, the niche or the category has a lot of collectors, which the game of chess is so popular around the world. I usually put it on auction. The minute I put this on auction, I must have gotten 5 questions. The questions were, how big is the king? They wanted to know how tall is the king and the weight of the pieces. So I had no idea. So I actually had to take the king out and measure it and weigh him. And I did answer the questions. Now, once an auction listing has bids, you can't alter that listing, which rightfully so, you know, because the person who bid wants to get the exact thing they read. I think I was able to include the height of the king, but I did go back and answer everybody. And this set has bids. I forgot what this is up to. I'm going to say $35 just to guess without looking at my phone. So the shelves are now slid in place. I'm going to get ready to wash this side of the floor. But I remembered that I wanted to pull this piece of jewelry that's sold to show you guys. This is the piece that I found in Florida with my daughter Mellissa when we went thrifting. It is inventory B. My jewelry, I do add inventory numbers if I get a lot of it at once. So I had bought quite a bit of jewelry there, and it is inventory B. It is the guide dog necklace. I found this. It was sterling silver. Let me bring it under this light so you can see. If you guys remember, Mellissa and I went thrifting in 2 thrift stores near her down in Bradenton, Florida, while I was on vacation, about a month ago now. Can't believe it's a month already. And this one sold. I think it sold for $35. Of course, I'm going to include screenshots in all of this so you guys can take a look at the item. Okay, so the next item that sold, 2 throw pillows. These are like a burgundy faux mohair, $15 for the 2. I believe I actually got these for free. A friend was decorating with them, bought them, decided she didn't like them, asked me, do you want 2 basically new pillows to resell? And I was like, of course I do. So they are going to be in here. This is like a pillows bin. And I'm pretty much out of pillows. So we're going to grab these 2. I think she didn't return them because she had cut the tags off and thought she was going to keep them, kept them on her couch or bed for a couple of days and decided they weren't for her. Here they are. We love a free item. Okay, I'm dealing with a phone. I switched phones, got a new phone, and now it keeps shutting off. Next item up, American Eagle. It's a woman's sweatshirt, number 77, and it is a size small. So that is going to be in small solids. It's going to be in this bin. Okay, of course it was on the bottom of the bin. Here it is here. And what did I get for this? I got $12. So not everything is a super high dollar item. Bread and butter really is the backbone for selling long tail. Okay, so the next item, Rialto Comfort Women's Slip-On Sandals. It's a wedge sandal, $19.99. And I believe I would have put that under dress shoes because it does have a wedge heel. Sometimes things can go on either side. But I'm going to look for this here, see if I spot them. That's not them there. Okay, must be on flats and Oxfords. Here they are here. Little bit of a wedge. That's probably why I called it a flat. Here is a Banana Republic dress, size small, just a black dress, $26.25. The next blouse is called, I believe it's called Kokomo Woman's. It's a 1X tunic top, like an animal print. And what did this bring? $16. We're going to grab that. Extra large, so you know the routine. I leave the bins pulled out until I get everything pulled out. Extra larges are in here. This should be fairly on top. because this is a newer listing. I think this is it here. Yes. Beautiful print. It's got like a gold metallic spotting in it, so that is always fun. And did I say what this brought? This brought $16. All right, so the next item is a Lululemon skirt. A skirt is shorts built in under a skirt, a lot of times used for tennis or golf or a sport like that. $24, and I can't pull it because that is a brand new listing, and I believe that's still upstairs, hasn't even made it downstairs. So that sold very quickly. And where are we at? I think that's it for now. I think we have pretty much everything. I got a message on a top, but for now we're going to bring this up with the rest of the stuff I brought up earlier, and we're going to get it all shipped out. Hit that like and subscribe button, and as always, go out and get what's yours.